You carried a red umbrella on the first day of spring. The sky was gray and quiet, but you looked like everything. I saw you from the doorway of a cafe near the lane. You shook the water from your coat and smiled at the rain. You asked the girl behind the counter for something warm and plain, then took the seat beside me like it happened every day. I tried to read my paper, but the letters slipped away. The red umbrella by your chair kept pulling me astray. You noticed me looking and laughed without a sound, saying red was too dramatic for a day so toned down. I said the color suited the weather more than blue, because even quiet mornings need a little truth. We talked about small colors, the kind that people keep. A yellow house from childhood, a green hill seen in sleep. You said every memory has one shade it belongs to, and some days stay forever because of something new. Much lighter, the room began to glow. You folded up the umbrella, but you didn't rise to go. We sat through another coffee and another song or two. There was a little painting above our favorite table, a blue house by the water and two chairs by the door. You always said the artist must have known the feeling of waiting for somebody who might come back once more. The frame was slightly crooked, the colors nearly gone, but every rainy evening you looked at it too long. I asked if it reminded you of somewhere you had been. You said perhaps a little, and changed the subject again. One day you told the story of a town beside the sea, a house your aunt had rented when you were 17. You said the morning smelled of peaches and salt from the shore, and every open window made you want to stay more. There was someone in that summer you never named aloud, a boy who fixed old bicycles and laughed too often, too proud. You said he drew that same blue house on napkins every day, and left before September without knowing what to say. The painting above the table changed after hearing that. Not the brush or color, but everything it had. Now it held your summer, your silence and the sea, and someone who once drew a house he never got to keep. The cafe closed years later, the tables disappeared, but I bought that little painting when the owner cleared the walls. It hangs beside my window, still crooked, blue and small. That holds your story, and a summer after all. You told me there was always a key beneath the mat at the little yellow doorway where your grandmother once sat. She never locked the garden gate, she never closed the blinds, saying people need a place that opens from inside. We walked there one October when the leaves were turning thin. The house had changed its color, but the porch still let us in. You bent down by the doorstep and laughed in disbelief. The key was still beneath it, wrapped inside a faded leaf. We did not open the door, we only held it there, a small and quiet object, heavy with old air. You said some homes remain even after they are gone, not in rooms or windows, but in how we carry on. The neighbor across the street remembered your old name. She said you looked much taller, but your eyes were still the same. You smiled as if that sentence had found you from the past, then placed the key back gently where little things can last. We stayed stayed until the evening, turned the garden blue. The swing moved without reason, like someone passing through. You didn't say you missed it, you didn't have to try. Some silences are clearer than the words we keep nearby. Now every autumn doorway with a worn-out welcome mat makes me think of yellow paint and where you left that key at. Some places never call us, some houses never ask. They simply keep one memory waiting underneath the mat. Was empty except for us, two spinning silver windows and a bench collecting dust. You carried all your clothes in a canvas grocery bag and smiled as if the morning had arrived a little sad. The machines began to turn with a sleepy little sound. Blue shirts, white towels, going slowly round and round. You said you liked that hour before the city knew how many small beginnings were waiting to come through. I had a book of poems I never really read. You had a broken button you were trying to mend. The vending machine was humming, the ceiling light was pale, and every passing minute moved softly on the rail. You told me you were leaving for a smaller town upstate, where rent was not so heavy and the evenings didn't wait. You said it without sorrow, you said it without fear, like folding up a shirt and making one thing clear. When the dryers finished turning, the sky had turned to blue. You packed your quiet morning into something clean and new. I watched you cross the sidewalk His windows full of light makes me think of dawn and that gentle little goodbye. Some departures are not tragic, some changes make no sound. They simply spin us slowly until our hearts are found. There was a man each evening with a worn-out violin case, waiting at the bus stop in his charcoal coat and lace. He never played a note there, he never said a word, but somehow when he arrived, the street became less blurred. You said he looked familiar, though you had never met, like someone from a movie you were trying to forget. I watched him from the window of the cafe near the light, where he stood beneath the awning every ordinary night. One day the rain grew heavy and the buses all ran late. He stepped inside the cafe just to rest beside the gate. The violin case stayed beside him, closed and brown with age, like a story waiting quietly before it turned the page. You asked him if he played, he smiled and said, long ago, for weddings by the harbor and theaters after snow. But now he carried music the way some people pray, not to perform it loudly, but to keep it from away. He left before the last bus with a nod toward the door, and we never saw him standing by the awning anymore. You wondered where he went. I said perhaps back home, where someone still remembered the songs he used to know. Now every old brown case on a train or city street makes me slow my walking and listen with my feet. Some music is not played, some melodies remain inside the hands that carried them quietly through rain. table, its corners worn and softened, its lines no longer stable. There were circles made in pencil around towns without a name, and one small road in red ink that disappeared the same. I asked where you were going. You said you didn't know. Some maps are better opened when you have no place to go. You traced a river slowly with the back of your hand, as if the printed water could help you understand. The map had coffee stains near a coastline in the west, and a tear beside a mountain where the paper folded best. You said it once belonged to someone passing through, who left it in a station on a bench painted blue. We chose a town at random because its name looked kind, then made up little stories for the people we might find. A baker with 3 daughters, a clock tower near the square, a room above a bookshop with sunlight on the chair. At least not on a train, but every time you opened it, the town came back again. You said a life can widen without moving very far, if you let a folded map become a little star. Now the map is in my drawer, beside a silver key, still pointing toward places that we may never see. Some roads are meant for walking, some only for the heart, and some destinations are better left unmarked. There was a postcard rack outside a little shop, spinning in the wind beside the bus stop. Most cards showed the ocean or the tower on the hill, but one had just a doorway, quiet, blue and still. You said it looked like somewhere no tourist ever goes, a place behind a morning that nobody would know. bought it for no reason and held it like a glue, as if a painted doorway had been waiting there for you. We sat beside the station and tried to write a line, but every sentence sounded too careful by design. You crossed out "wish you were here" and laughed and let it stay, saying some old phrases, still know what to say. You never mailed the postcard, you kept it in your book, between a train schedule and a recipe you took. Sometimes you would show it when conversation slowed, that blue and quiet doorway to a place we never know. The shop closed down in winter, the postcard rack was gone, the bus stop sign was painted a brighter shade at dawn. But in your book it stayed, still waiting without a stamp, a little paper doorway underneath a reading lamp. Now every postcard rack I pass beside the street makes me turn it slowly for the doorway I might meet. Some messages travel without ever being sent, from one quiet hand to another where they went. The small hotel lobby had a lamp beside the stairs, a brass bell on the counter, and two faded velvet chairs. You arrived after midnight with a suitcase in your hand, looking like a traveler who had lost the shape of plans. The clerk was half asleep behind a magazine. The radio played softly somewhere in between. You asked if there was coffee. He pointed down the hall to a little silver kettle near a painting on the wall. I sat beside the window with a book I couldn't read. You smiled and asked the hour, as if time was all you need. I said the clock was broken. You laughed and took a seat, saying broken clocks are kinder people on tired feet. You told me of the city you meant to reach by train, but missed the final platform in the middle of the rain. So you chose the nearest doorway with a little golden light, and let the wrong direction keep you safe for one more night. We talked until the morning, then softly through the glass the clerk replaced the flowers and let the moment pass. You left before the breakfast with a map folded in two, and thanked me for an evening that neither of us knew. Now every quiet lobby with a lamp beside the stairs feels like that small hotel and those two velvet chairs. Some strangers are not endings, some nights are not mistakes. They are rooms we briefly enter before the morning wakes. The streetcar moves so slowly through the rain at 5. Every window held a city, softly and alive. You sat the drowsy aisle with flowers, yoga clink and softly roar. Burden on all the lamps. The driver called the station. We took the wrong bus home on a quiet Sunday evening. You noticed after 10 stops, but didn't seem to mind. The streets were unfamiliar, the sky was turning amber. You said mistakes are softer when no one's keeping time. We passed a little cinema, a closed-up flower stand, a bakery with warm light and flour on someone's hands. You pressed your face to the window like a child on holiday, as if the wrong direction had something kind to say. The bus grew nearly empty. The driver hummed along to something on the radio that sounded like an old song. You asked if I was worried. I said not really, no. Some evenings are worth keeping because they move so slow. We got off near the river with nowhere we had planned, bought chestnuts from a cart and held them in our hands. The city looked much wider from the place we didn't know, and every distant street light had a softer kind of glow. We found another bus stop an hour later still. You kept laughing quietly beside the windowsill. The right bus came at last, but neither one of us moved. For just a little moment, we had nothing left to prove. Now every Sunday evening, when buses pass in rain, I think about that wrong turn and how we didn't complain. Some roads arrive by accident, some memories do too, and sometimes getting lost is how a day finds you. snatched up from a movie no one knew, a little foreign picture that played for only two. The theater smelled of velvet and dust behind the screen. He said it felt like stepping into someone else's dream. We bought the cheapest seats in the very final row. The subtitles moved slowly like letters in the snow. You laughed at all the wrong parts and cried before the end, and said the quietest stories always feel like an old friend. Afterward, the street was empty, the marquee lights were pale. You folded up the ticket and tucked it near your mail. I asked why you would keep it. You said without a pause, some little paper proof remembers where we were. We never found that film on any shelf again. No title in a catalog, no poster in a frame. But sometimes that felt better, as if the night had stayed a private little cinema the city briefly made. Years later, in your wallet, the ticket lost its blue. The printed date had vanished, but the feeling still came through. You showed it to me, laughing like a secret from the rain. And for a quiet second we were sitting there again. Now every empty theater with a flickering hallway light feels like that old movie still playing out of sight. Some stories leave no ending, some credits never run. They fold into a ticket and wait for someone. Found a box of postcards at the market near the square, tied with faded ribbon and smelling faintly of air. Some were never written, some were stamped and crossed the sea. Some had only one line saying, "Remember me." We carried them to a table by the window in the rain, and sorted all the cities by the color of their names. Rome was soft and you. You read the messages slowly, as if they might reply. A birthday wish from April, a farewell from July. One said the room is lonely, but the morning light is kind. You held that one the longest, like it knew your mind. We gave the strangers stories because they gave us none. A sailor with a daughter, a painter on the run, a woman waiting calmly in a hotel by the sea, a man who wrote too little and loved too quietly. You chose 3 cards to keep and left the others there for someone else to wonder who had sent them through the air. On the back of one blank postcard, you wrote my name and smiled, then said some messages take years to travel right. That card is on my bookshelf with no stamp and no address. A city I had never seen, a silence I still bless. Some postcards never leave, but still arrive somehow. From a rainy market table to the heart that holds them now. There was a lost and found room behind the station gate, with umbrellas, gloves, and letters. People came for much too late. You worked there every Tuesday with a pencil in your hair, writing down the little things that someone left somewhere. A red scarf from December, a watch that would not run, a photograph of 3 friends standing in the sun. You said the quiet objects had a language of their own, as if every forgotten thing was trying to get home. One afternoon I brought you a notebook from the train, its cover bent and softened by someone else's rain. Inside were grocery lists and sketches of the sea, and one unfinished sentence that read, "Please wait for me." We wondered who had written it and who had turned away, at which small station platform on what ordinary day you placed it in a drawer with careful, gentle hands, saying some lost things need a little time to land. Weeks later, someone came with tired eyes and gray, asking for a notebook they had lost along the way. You gave it back in silence, but their smile said everything, like a door had opened softly in the middle of spring. Now when I pass that station and hear the evening trains, I think of all the small things that find their way again. Some hearts are lost and found without a sign or name, waiting in a quiet room until somebody came. The flower shop after dark kept one lamp in the glass, a small yellow circle for the people walking past. You stood outside the window, reading every handwritten name. Roses, lilies, hyacinths, all sleeping in their frames. The owner turned the sign, but saw us standing there, and opened up the doorway with petals in her hair. She said the day was over, but flowers didn't mind. If someone needed beauty a little after time, you chose a simple bouquet of white and pale green, not for any birthday, not for anything between. You said a quiet table could use a softer view, and sometimes buying flowers was something hearts should do. We carried them through streets where the rain had nearly stopped, past a closed old cinema and a blue-lit corner shop. You held them like a promise that asked for nothing back, a little living brightness against your midnight jacket. At home you placed the flowers in a glass beside the light, and said they made the room feel less alone at night. No ceremony followed, with one lamp after dark makes me think of that bouquet and your careful little heart. Some beauty asks no question, some comfort has no name. It simply waits in water and opens just the same. A small room above the bakery, where morning came in softly with flower in the breeze. The staircase always creaked at the same uneven place, and every dawn below you woke with sugar on its face. He said the room was narrow, but the window faced the sky, a little square of weather where slow clouds wandered by. At night the ovens cooled and the street became still. You could hear the city breathing from the other side of the sill. I visited one Sunday with oranges in a bag. You had no proper table, only boxes and a rag. We ate beside the window with coffee from downstairs, and somehow that small room felt larger than its chairs. You spoke about beginning again, but not too fast, about choosing smaller mornings instead of chasing pasts. The bakery bell kept ringing for customers below, and every little sound made the quiet warmer grow. You moved out before winter, leaving nothing but a note for the baker and his daughter in the blue coat that she wore. It said, "Thank you for the mornings, for the bread and gentle light." I read it on the counter when I passed there late one night. The bakery is still there, though your room belongs to someone new. The window catches sunrise in the same pale shade of blue. Some places hold beginnings without asking who we are. A room above a bakery, a sky, a cup, a scar. tune I almost recognized but couldn't place before. You said it was from somewhere your father used to play on Sunday afternoons when time moved a softer way. The cafe had grown quiet, the afternoon was thin, the cups were nearly empty, but no one hurried in. You hummed the line again and tapped it on the glass, as if the song were something you were careful not to pass. I asked you for the title, you shook your head and smiled, saying some old melodies lose their names after a while. But that was not a sadness, at least not in your eyes. Some songs remain much sweeter when they wear a small disguise. We tried to build the verses from what you could recall, a little phrase from childhood, a chorus much too small. I gave it different endings, you laughed at everyone, until the little melody felt less lost and more begun. Before you left the cafe, you hummed it once again, a little softer than before, but somehow more complete. I kept it in my pocket all the way back home, a song without a title that didn't feel alone. Now sometimes in the evening, when the room is still and blue, I find myself humming that borrowed piece of you. I never learned the title, I never needed to. Some songs are only doorways to someone passing through. There was a chair by the bookshelf in the corner of the room. You said it felt much warmer than any place you knew. You'd bring a different novel every Wednesday afternoon and read the final pages long before the moon. I worked behind the counter and learned your little ways, the way you folded napkins on quiet rainy days. You always left a bookmark made from an old receipt, and smiled at every story like someone you might meet. One day you asked me softly if I had ever read the book you held so carefully, with the cover bent and red. I said I meant to someday. You said someday was kind, but books and hearts are better when opened in their time. You left it on the table when you went out in the rain, a note inside the cover with my name written plain. It said, started chapter 7. That's where the good part begins. I laughed there by the counter and read it during closing. For weeks we traded chapters and notes between the lines. You wrote about the weather, I wrote about the time. No promises were spoken, no grand romantic scene, just pages moving slowly through everything between. The chair is still by the bookshelf, though years have changed the view. Sometimes someone sits there and orders tea like you. I still keep that old novel near the counter light, opened at chapter 7, where everything felt right. Behind the old apartment was a lemon tree courtyard, where sunlight fell in pieces across the broken yard. You found it by mistake while looking for the stairs, and said the city sometimes keeps its kindness there. The walls were painted cream with cracks around the frame. A cat slept near the fountain like it owned the place by name. You reached up for a lemon but left it on the tree, saying beautiful small things should sometimes simply be. We sat upon the steps and listened to the street, softened by the courtyard and the afternoon heat. You told me of your mother, who planted herbs in cans and taught you every garden begins with patient hands. Candles turned to lanterns when evening crossed the wall. Their yellow little faces held the fading light for all. You said you wished that memory could ripen just the same, without needing to be perfect, without needing any name. When you moved away that autumn, you sent no long goodbye, just a little photograph of lemons near the sky. On the back you wrote a sentence in your careful leaning hand: some places keep us gentle, even when we leave the land. Now when I smell a lemon cut open in a room, I think of that courtyard and afternoon in bloom. Some sweetness hides in corners, some gardens stay unseen, but once you sit inside them, they keep your heart green. You said we should meet on Friday at the cafe near the square, but the rain came down so heavy, no one wanted to go anywhere. You sent a little message saying maybe next week instead. I smiled at the weather and went there on my own. The table by the window was empty when I came. I ordered something simple and waited just the same. Not because I expected to see you through the door, but sometimes waiting softly feels better than before. The waiter brought the coffee and asked about the rain. I said it had a habit of changing little plans. Outside the street was silver, the awnings bent with drops. Inside the room was quiet, like time had somehow stopped. I thought about your message, the way you wrote rain check, as if a small postponement could carry something back. Maybe it meant nothing, maybe it meant more. Maybe some beginnings need weather at the door. next Friday came much clearer, with sunlight on the ground. I thought about the cafe, but took the longer route around. Then just beside the crossing, I heard someone call my name. You stood beneath the blue sky, smiling just the same. We never reached the cafe. We walked until the light turned the city softer at the edge of night. Some plans are better broken, some roads are better slow, and some rain checks become stories only quiet hearts would know.